Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to farm hoglins. When farmed properly, hoglins can be a very good source of food, yielding almost as many cooked pork chops as the beef produced by the best mushroom farms. But before we get to that, let's review the basics. Hoglins are farmable thanks to one of their characteristics. As per defined in their JSON file, they have an aversion for warped fungus, which they will actively try to run away from if they detect it within 8 blocks horizontally and 4 blocks vertically. So let's remove this warped fungus here, spawn a hoglin and place back the warped fungus to see how it reacts. As you can see, it detected the warped fungus and tried to run away from it. This characteristic is of course what we are going to take advantage of in order to try and lure them into, you guessed it, a trident killer. If you don't know how to source a lot of warped fungus, here is a little contraption that will do that for you. It is basically a bunch of warped nylium that is pushed back and forth towards a dispenser dispensing bone meal. Creating items, amongst which, as you can see here, the warped fungus we are seeking. Now here comes the meaty part. Killing hoglins with a trident killer is a very tricky deed, because hoglins can't be hurt at their feet. As you can see, this hoglin here is not taking damage from the trident killer. In order to damage hoglins, you have to attack them at head level. So how exactly are we going to do that? We could, of course, use this trick with minecarts and trapdoor TKs at head level. Like so. Hopefully this will work. Here you can see hoglins are taking damage. However, there is a little problem. Babies. If a baby enters a minecart, it doesn't get hit at the head by the trident and clogs the contraption. So we have to find another solution. Here is my proposed solution. We use trapdoors on the high position with tridents on top of them. Behind are a set of pistons which hit the trident to activate it. Underneath, we have another set of trapdoors which are there to slightly raise the position of the hoglins so that they are properly hit by the tridents, as you can see here. Now, if we simply add lava above the tridents and let it flow, the tridents should catch fire. As you can see, they are on fire. This allows us to produce cooked pork chop rather than raw pork chops. Now we should have some cooked pork chops and leather in this chest here. We didn't have leather, but we have cooked pork chops. Babies are taken care of by letting them get away through this hole here. They are small enough to sneak under the TK, unlike their adult counterparts. By tricking them to fall into lava or into despawning, we can successfully remove them from the cap. Now, all we have to do is take this TK and add it under a bunch of platforms, and voila! Hoglin farm. Here is an example that I made. In this example, we have two layers made of two platforms of 8 by 19 blocks each, with a 3 wide path in the middle leading Hoglins downwards into the TK, which is here. The TK itself is 7 wide. This is to provide enough space for 2 or 3 Hoglins to be dealt with at the same time without clogging the contraption. These slabs here are there to prevent Hoglins from falling from too high when they jump down from this platform. Because if they jump from too high, sometimes they will bob up and down, wasting some precious seconds before they can go on with their journey to their demise. On the platforms themselves, we use lights every 2 blocks in order to prevent piglins and zombified piglins from spawning. The farm itself is built, of course, in a crimson forest biome, which is the only biome where Hoglins spawn. It is above, or mostly above, a lava lake, next to the border with another biome, which is a terrain configuration that is fairly easy to find in survival. Note that the warped fungus is placed every 2 blocks, rather than on every single block of the line here. This is enough to trigger the desired reaction from Hoglins. The farm is purposely kept as small as possible, using layers to increase the number of spawns rather than width. The reasoning behind this is that it's difficult enough to secure proper perimeters in the Nether, so we want to keep things as small as possible in order to reduce the amount of spawn proofing we have to do in the area. Keeping things compact also prevents having your platforms so big that they exit the desired biome, which would cause a lot of issues, such as unwanted mobs spawning in your farm. This is of course just a proposed design, and more clever people can probably fine-tune it to further increase yield. However, as it is right now, the farm produces about 33 to 34 stacks of cooked pork chops per hour, plus over 9 stacks of leather, for a total average of about 2,850 items per hour. Not bad for how small it is. And that's it for today. As usual, you can find a world download in the description to play around and test trades. If you have comments or questions, feel free to hit the comment section and I will do my best to reply as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.